The aerial bombardment of the country by Russian and Syrian government warplanes is relentless. This video apparently showing an airstrike on a town south of Aleppo. The man filming says it's the 6th time they've been hit in recent days. And once again, it is the innocent paying the price. Her name is Aya. She says her home was attacked and she calls out for her father. Where is my daddy? That the conflict in Syria has created one of the worst humanitarian crises since the Second World War is beyond doubt. According to the United Nations, at least 300,000 people have been killed. 4.8 million have fled the country, becoming refugees, while almost 9 million others have fled their homes for safer parts of Syria. In total, that's more than half the entire population. Right now, much of the heaviest fighting is here in the northern city of Aleppo. In this, the rebel-held area, more than 250,000 people have been under siege for weeks. Hospitals and water supplies amongst the many targets systematically bombed by Russian and regime planes since the collapse of the tentative ceasefire last month. Many believe these amount to war crimes, including the MP behind today's emergency debate in Parliament, who says Russia is acting like Nazi Germany.
First of all, we should single Russia out as a pariah. The Kremlin, like any bully, craves relevance and is winning as long as no one stands up to them. Russia must be confronted for its attacks on innocent civilians, confronted both diplomatically and using hard power, sanctions, economic measures, and we must seek to build support for multilateral military action to discharge our responsibility to protect.
Many MPs from different parties agreed with his idea of setting up a no-fly zone to protect the Syrian people. But in response, the Foreign Secretary warned it could have enormous consequences.
We cannot commit to a no-fly zone unless we are prepared to confront and perhaps, as my honourable friend behind me has already said, we cannot do that unless we are prepared to shoot down planes or helicopters that violate that zone. And we need to think very carefully about the consequences.
And Russia's showing no sign of backing away from its bombardment of eastern Aleppo. It blames the West for the breakdown of the recent ceasefire here and seems determined to help the Syrian regime take back all this area from the rebels, whatever the cost. Richard Galpin, BBC News.